Imagine this. You wake up one morning, and something feels different. The world seems both familiar and strange, as if there's a hidden layer underneath every sound, every movement, every thought. You sense an order. It's an invisible thread holding everything together. You can't quite name it, but you know it's there. That invisible thread is what ancient seekers once called the laws of the universe. Not laws written in courts or books, not rules designed by humans, principles that existed before. We named them. Principles that govern the flow of rivers, the rising of the sun, the beat of your heart, and even the thoughts that flicker inside your mind. And here's the part most people never realize. These laws are not out there, separate, abstract. They are within you. They shape your reality, your relationships, your struggles, and your victories.
Oh.
Whether you believe in them or not, they are moving through you. It's just like gravity doesn't. Ask for your belief before pulling you down. These laws don't wait for your permission to act. For centuries, this knowledge was whispered, hidden in symbols, protected from those who might misuse it. Over time, much of it was forgotten, but fragments remain. If we listen closely, if we slow down enough to feel, the laws begin to reveal themselves. The first is vibration. Everything moves. Everything vibrates. From the smallest particle in your body to the stars scattered across the night sky, there is no stillness. What appears solid is only vibration slowed down. What feels separate is only energy at different frequencies. Think. Back to a time you walked into a room and felt tension before anyone spoke, or a moment when you were lifted by someone's presence without knowing why. That was vibration. Energy speaks before language, and here's the key. Like attracts like. Your thoughts, your emotions, your inner state, they are not silent. They ripple outward like sound waves, resonating with similar frequencies. This is why when you shift your inner state, the world outside begins to shift in ways that seem almost magical. But it isn't magic, it is resonance. Now consider this. If vibration explains why energy flows as it does, polarity explains why life is never one-sided. Everything exists on a spectrum. Light and dark, joy and sorrow, success and failure. Opposites, yet not enemies. They're two ends of the same line. We spend so much of life wishing for only one pole, wanting joy without sorrow, victory without struggle. But polarity doesn't allow that. The moment you feel one, you are also connected to its opposite. The depth of one gives meaning to the other. Without night, you would never know the wonder of sunrise. Without sorrow, joy would feel empty. The lesson hidden in polarity is this. When you feel trapped in one extreme, remember that the other is always present, even if unseen. Darkness always carries the seed of light. Pain always whispers the possibility of healing. Every low point is connected to its high, and then comes rhythm. Life moves in cycles. Tide rises, the tide falls, the moon waxes and wanes. Your breath flows in, then out. This rhythm touches everything. Moments of growth, moments of rest, times of clarity, times of confusion, expansion, contraction. Nothing stays. We suffer most when we cling, when we want joy to last forever, and we resist endings. But rhythm reminds us that nothing is permanent, everything flows, and this is not tragedy. It is the very thing that makes life alive. Winter makes way for spring. Endings make room for beginnings. Loss carves space for new creation. When you stop fighting the rhythm, you begin to trust it. You stop fearing change. You stop clinging to seasons that must pass. And in that surrender, life begins to feel less like chaos and more like music. Another law reveals itself through cause and effect. Nothing happens without reason. Every action carries a consequence. Every choice plants a seed. Sometimes the results are immediate, like touching fire and feeling pain. Other times, they unfold slowly, like planting a tree and waiting years for its shade. We often call it luck. But luck is only a word for causes we can't yet see. Every effect has a cause. Every cause will ripple into effect. And when you understand this, you stop seeing yourself as a victim of chance. You realize that every thought, every word, every small decision is part of a chain. You become a conscious participant in creation, and yet there's more. The law of correspondence whispers. The ancient phrase, as above, so below. The patterns that shape the vast galaxies also shape the smallest cells in your body. The structure of the universe is mirrored within you. Look at nature. The spiral of a galaxy echoes in the spiral of a seashell. The branching of trees resembles the branching of your veins. The rhythm of the cosmos is alive in your heartbeat. Nothing is separate. Everything reflects everything else. This law reminds us that by understanding ourselves, we understand the world. And by observing the world, we understand ourselves. The microcosm and the macrocosm are one. And then comes one of the most powerful laws, the law of mentalism. Everything begins in the mind. Before there is form, there is thought. Before there is creation, there is imagination. The chair you sit on, the house you live in, the music you listen to, all of it began as an idea in someone's mind. And if this is true on the outside, it is also true within. Your thoughts shape your reality. Your beliefs filter what you see. Your inner world gives birth to your outer world. Change your mind, and slowly, the world you experience begins to change. But here lies the challenge. Most of our thoughts are unconscious. Patterns picked up from childhood, society, and repetition. We live on autopilot, unaware that we are creating realities we never truly chose. To harness this law, you must become aware of the mind, to watch it, to guide it, to choose thoughts deliberately, rather than being swept away by them. The final law I want to share is the law of gender, not in the sense of male and female, but in the sense of creative polarity. Every creation requires two forces, receptive and the active, the stillness and the movement, the seed and the soil, the idea and the action. Within you, both forces exist. The part of you that dreams, imagines, envisions, and the part that acts, builds, manifests. Harmony comes when these forces work together. When you honor both, too much dreaming without action leads to stagnation. Too much action without vision leads to emptiness. But together, they give birth to creation. When you look at all these laws together, something becomes clear. Life is not random. It is patterned. Alive, intelligent. Each law is not separate, but connected, weaving into one another like threads of a great tapestry. And the deepest realization is this. You are not separate from these laws. You are not a passive observer. You are the vibration. You are the rhythm. You are both cause and effect. You are the microcosm and the macrocosm. You are the dreamer and the doer. The forgotten laws of the universe are not outside you. They are within you, waiting to be remembered, waiting to be lived. So here's the question I leave you with. If your life is already shaped by these laws, if every thought, every choice, every moment is an expression of them, how will you live now? Will you resist? Will you fight against the rhythm? Or will you align and learn to dance with the universe itself? Because in the end, the laws don't change, but you can. And when you do, everything you experience begins to transform. And maybe that is the hidden truth. The universe was never against you. It was always guiding you, always teaching you, always moving with you, waiting for the moment you finally remembered the laws and remembered yourself.